Hello and welcome to this program. My name is Sunam Mugen. I am joined by Dr. Samar Salibi, founder and president of Arabian Center of Human Resources and jobglobal.com group in 15 countries. Well, Doctor, thank you for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
Why are you here in our country? I mean, we are hearing that you have a big project of recruitment from our country.
That's right. Actually, I have been to many countries and I established already our company in all of those countries.
Okay.
Now we see a good demand from the local government. They are trying to give jobs to people and trying to help. So we thought about coming and giving a good hand.
Okay.
Basically, our company exists in many countries, and you see our Jobs Global flagship in many of those countries, including Nepal, India, Myanmar. We are in Chengdu, Igo in Europe.
Okay.
We have in.
So basically, it's expansion of your business.
It's the same business.
All right.
Yes.
All right. And how many actually are you exactly looking in terms of figures from Bhutan?
Actually, it depends on what sort of skills we will be finding.
All right. What sorts of skills are you exactly looking at?
It depends on the employers. So basically, we are focused on hotel industry, restaurant, so hospitality in general, and we do recruitment for airlines, airports, retail, in general. So it's mainly service industry.
All right.
Because those industries, I believe the people here will be able to do very well in.
Okay.
And that's what we are trying to test.
All right. You're trying to test.
Yeah, it's a new thing to recruit from here. I believe there are little trials has been done to deploy people to abroad from Bhutan, and it's recent. But in general, our experience has been very good with the neighboring areas. Like in Nepal, we recruit quite a large number every month. Darjeeling, we have been many years in Darjeeling. Also in Myanmar, you name it, all the countries.
Okay.
So the region is some way is similar in a way.
And where will our people be employed in the Gulf countries? You said Gulf countries.
That's right.
Yeah,
yes.
but all the Gulf countries, or do you have some specific countries in the Gulf?
United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, Oman, and sometimes Saudi.
All right. And we have unemployment issue, a big one. And often it's said it's mismatch between skills and available jobs.
True.
But do you think you will get the required skills you needed for the employment?
Actually, we are focused on giving jobs to people who need jobs. And that's a mission of our company.
Okay.
We have been established 16 years ago, and we try to give as many jobs as we could. We don't focus much on people with already existing employment. We focus on freshers.
Okay.
We prefer, of course, to get people with skills.
Okay.
That depends. Actually, we are not the employers. Basically, we provide employees to employers.
Oh. Are you also indicating that the new recruits have some sorts of trainings?
I believe the government is doing very well here. The Ministry of Labor, I have seen good efforts and intention to help people. There are good programs where the government is helping in recruiting by providing training. That's what I hear so far from the few days I spent in the country, which helps very well in getting the skills we need to start with.
Okay.
Definitely the market needs more development, as you mentioned. So we are ready to take freshers as long as they have basic training. And we try to give further training by the employers. The employers in the Gulf, in general, they recruit massively and they take a large number of people. And they need people with basic skills but willing to learn.
Okay. And let's also talk about salaries, the most important thing in the program, I guess. Well, how much are our people going to get if they're employed in one of the restaurants in Gulf countries?
The salaries are good in general. It depends on each employer. It depends on the skills. Of course, not every candidate have the same skills of another candidate. So we need to really look at it on case-to-case basis. But salaries are not bad. It's quite good, especially in compare with the local market salaries. So people will be able to get good salaries. And the most important is a career growth.
Okay.
I know, like young people in general, they look at how much I will get money. But when you start, you need first to see where I will reach in my future. I need to think about what next.
Okay.
What we need to focus is to give the right job for a right candidate, so he can grow up in his future. So he will go to the Gulf, get some skills, and try afterwards to do something in his country.
Okay.
And that's a basic thing which our program can give to those guys. I notice here lots of candidates, they don't have really much of knowledge on what does it mean career.
Yes.
What does it mean I need to work for tomorrow, not for my earning of today. And that's, I have figured by meeting few candidates who are, I asked them, like, why you want to go abroad? I want money. But actually, money should not be the first, but should be important. But it should be like, I need to build my future, because money comes when I build my career line.
So how can your company, your business give both salary and future?
Basically, salaries are being given, and it's good.
Yes.
Gulf countries, if you understand the structure in those countries, it really depends on foreign manpower.
Yeah.
The local population is not huge, but the development is massive. There are lots of projects opening every day where they will get the people to fill all of those private sector and government sector positions. So basically, they go abroad, source the candidates from other countries. And that's how the industry has been developed in the region.
We had cases of few Bhutanese who had to return back to the country, when after working in some parts of the Arab countries, for not getting what has been promised in terms of salary, and for being made to work in bad working conditions. So is it going to be same or something different?
The difference in once we are in the market, that makes a big difference. We are a large company, and our clients are the top corporations in the region. We don't accept jobs from unknown companies or simple little companies. The big corporations, they have system built in place. They have HR department, they have a payroll system, they have disciplinary system, they have
good
internal
management.
roles. That means the employees, when they join, they are going on a set of roles. They understand it before they travel, because they will have an offer letter. And this offer letter said exactly what he will face there. Big companies, depends on their employees. They have thousands of employees. If they are not fair to their employees, the business will crash. Small employers are more of personal relationship between the employer himself, the owner of the business, and the employee. And here, possibility of issues. So when we are in a place where we will be sourcing those employers, we will get the big companies, and that's where people will be in good comfort. Now, people who would like to apply need to really know that they are going for a job, not just going to go for a tour.
Yeah.
I don't believe that all the candidates who travel and had issues, the issue is really from the employer. There's a big possibility that those candidates are not prepared for the job, because this is real jobs. This is not just part-time job I can go and enjoy and come back.
But if you're asked to work for 12 hours and paid for just 8 hours,
This is
and if you're made to sleep in a accommodation, cramped one, where you don't even have basic facilities out there, I think this would
it
be
happens.
a problem.
Yeah, it happens, and especially with construction industry. I don't advise to recruit for construction industry because the terms of work will be harsh, especially the heat, working in high floors, in towers, fixing, high towers. It's not an easy job, and it will be difficult for the people coming from cold country to be in construction industry. But service industry in general, I don't think this will be the case because they will be working in a 5-star hotel or branded restaurant where air conditioning, nice atmosphere, good uniform. But definitely they need to understand that I will be standing on my feet for 9 hours and I will be working. Okay, so I'm not going for a tour just to go and check the country, see, enjoy, wow, it's beautiful. No, it's not that way. So first I need to believe that this is my start of my career. I will work hard, and the contract is for 2 years. So here where the protection comes.
Whoever has been recruited through your agent, through your company, will not have to undergo this subhuman treatments.
No, we select our clients very well.
All right.
Because what we do, we spend our time giving jobs rather than solving problems.
All right.
Because the way we operate in large scale, and we prefer the employers who are in the same level of demand.
And the other concern here, especially for the Bhutanese, is the security issues in the countries. And most of us, believe that, especially in Arab countries, it's not so peaceful. It's most of the time, engages in civil wars or unrest in the streets and all.
Yes, misconcept actually. It's I can understand your question, but we need to understand that Arab countries are 22 countries.
Okay.
And sometimes it's getting more nowadays. But the Gulf countries did not have wars.
Okay.
The only wars was 15 years ago in Iraq or something. And now there's some areas, but that's not part of the Gulf countries.
Okay.
Gulf countries are 100% stable. There's no issues.
It's peaceful.
It's peaceful. It's rich countries, very secure. I live in UAE now 16 years. And, the security which I feel there, I could not find in anywhere in the world.
Okay. So you are also engaging our Bhutanese counterparts and the government in this process. Do you want to talk about this?
We are, trying to set good cooperation with the Minister of Labor, and we have seen very welcoming support from the ministry. We are still in a process of creating this relationship, and so far it's going in a good direction. Okay. We started also cooperation agreement with 2 local private agencies who will be representing us here. They will work as per our standards, and they will work only through us.
Okay. And how stringent have you been in selecting the local counterparts? We have cases of employing agencies, sometimes cheating on the employees.
The most important for us is we set up a system, and the system will determine how the agencies will perform. The agencies has to follow our system.
Okay.
If the agencies doesn't follow our system, at that case, then we have to stop cooperation with them. But as far as I understand, the agencies understand the value of working with us, and I believe they will be doing very well.
Okay. So when can we see this happening? Is it going to take some time again?
Not so long. We have to follow certain governmental documentation and procedures to make sure that everything goes as per the Bhutan law. So we are starting immediately preparing all the documents required, and we expect soon the first employer to be coming here.
All right. So before I end this, talk, I would like to once again, have you emphasize more on that for our audience. What you work, you will be paid for what you work. You will not be cheated. You will not be mistreated. You will not have to go through this unfriendly working environment.
The Gulf countries is a countries which I never seen myself any sort of corruption. That means if I have a right, I can get it. Now, cases might happen in certain conditions, but that's rare. Now, if I travel to join a company, I need to know what is this company. I need to do my research. Online, all the information now available online. So, I need to know the history of this employer. I need to check how many employees they have. If the employer is good, then I don't see any issues for anybody. The most important that they are going to a country which is developed, and this development will protect them. Like in every country, there is a Minister of Labor. If I have issue, my employer doesn't pay me, I can go and complain to the Minister of Labor. It's available. They are listening. Like in UAE, I'm not sure about exact statistics, but I believe around 90% of the people live in the country are foreign workers.
Yeah.
And that means a huge number of people. The system has been set to protect the rights of these people. And the companies need them. So unless they provide the right livelihood for these people will not stay.
But why is it so necessary for employers to have the passports and other necessary documents of the employees with them?
By the law, the employers are not allowed to hold passport, but
employers,
okay. But they are allowed to keep passports. What's the difference? Passport you can keep with the employer because you might be holding cash.
Yeah.
You might be entrusted for something important. That means if I would like to travel, you can, if you have your passport, you go take your ticket and fly, right? So at least I need to inform the employer before I board a flight. So the passport stays in the employer, but I have the right within 24 hours to get my passport in my custody. But I need just to inform the employer that I'm leaving, and he need to cancel his visa properly. So if I'm leaving, I don't want to stay anymore in the job. I need first to resign, cancel my visa, and leave, because the employer is responsible for your welfare. And if you leave and disappear, the employer is responsible. Where are you? They don't know where are you. You just left.
But so, I believe most of the time these documents are kept with the employers to, maybe slave drive the employees.
No, it's not possible in the Gulf countries. The system is very good in protection of this. If the employer doesn't give you within 24 hours your passport, go to the Ministry of Labor, tell them I need my passport. If you have no custody in your hand and you delivered all the rights of the employer, your passport will be within 24 hours in your hand.
For sure.
For sure.
Thank
so
you
far, that's the practice we have seen in the Gulf countries. They are very protective of the rights of the workers. Now, sometimes the employees, they don't know their rights, and that's where the possibility of they don't know where to complain or where to ask, what to do. And that's our role comes. We need to consult these people, help them to understand where and what are their rights. And that's why there's an offer letter being given to them. They need to read it. I don't want anybody to go and just sign. They need to understand what are they going for and what sort of job, how many hours they will be working every day, a week, what sort of accommodation they will be getting. Are they getting food? If no food, am I getting what's enough for my food? They need to be asking questions, and this way they will be safe. And probably they need to ask more questions before they depart, not when they arrive. Okay, when they arrive, they are already in the workplace.
But we have learned from experience through some of the employees who actually return from a few countries down there. is that the contracts agreements that you sign has no weightage once you actually reach down in this in these countries.
Actually, it has to be respected. He can claim every single item in his offer. He can, if the company doesn't follow, go to Ministry of Labor. There's a legal department. Say this is my offer, and the employer signature on it. I need it to be implemented, and they are forced to implement the terms and conditions, because it's a countries of law. If I don't demand my rights, then possibly I will be facing issues. But I have the right to go and question. So like in every country, in here, if I work and the employer doesn't pay me and I keep silent, then I'm responsible for this. But there's a Ministry of Labor where I can go and complain. Issues in labor market happens everywhere, including home countries. It's unavoidable. But as long as we know our rights, we claim it, we will get it.
You have to fight for it.
We have to fight for it. And the good is not difficult.
Where does your role come in situations like that, when employers and employees have problems?
What we do, we try to give a good briefing to the candidate to understand what are their rights. And in case really issue happens, we are ready to come in and consult the candidates what they need to do. So far, we have been many years in this industry. We did not have issues. We face very rare issues where the candidate is not willing to work. Or they're expecting that they are going for a vacation and they found suddenly that it's a work. It's tough. It's not easy. So that's why I'm telling every candidate that if you would like to go abroad, understand that it's a work abroad, not a tour abroad. If I would like to take a tour, that's different. But I need to go with intention to stay at least 2 years to complete my contract, and I'm willing to follow my management structure. I need to understand that I will be living with different nationalities. Most of the companies have 40 plus nationalities working for them. I need to accept to share accommodation with them, with those nationalities, accept to live in multicultural environment. If I don't accept this, I will be really in a situation where I want to go back. I believe most of the cases where this is happening is when the candidates really is not prepared for international job market. That's why it's very important that we need to think twice. Am I prepared to work hard? Then apply. We are, as we said, we are willing to take freshers, but they need to show desire to build a career for their future. Otherwise, it will not be a good path for them to apply.
Well, on that note, I would like to end this program. Thank you for joining.
It's a pleasure seeing you. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, thank you.